forever. I'm true to Shambhala, I'm new to Kabbalah. The ink of a scholar worth more than the blood of a martyr, worth more than the drugs and the card of the sport that can cut through the armor. The Lord that can crush you through karma is such a dishonor. I'm plugged from the matrix with digital pills. Paid all my dues with indigenous bills. Fuck all the frivolous thrills. Bitch, I got bridges to build, fridges to fill. Free Gargamel, I got midgets to kill. City of God like I've been to Brazil. A genius to feel, prince in the steel. If you enter my feeling, I said you gon' squill. Red stones on my red throne. Red throne at these red bones. In a red rose with the red robe. Fence probe when them heads roll. With the blue steel on the blue moons. Hot as blue flames doing blue rooms. Got the blueprints, even blues clues. All this blue money that I blew through. Fucking them guys, we fucking up comers. Sacred geometry, face of anomalies. Chasing ecology, chasing on Halloween. Racing economy, great trigonometry. Ancient lobotomy, ancient philosophy. Ancient is Socrates, raping the sodomies. Even apology, ancient neutrality. Fuck all the drama, let's fuck up some comments. Ancient ethic was fucking Madonna. Love for the genre, I'm busting my llamas. These fucking piranhas and words of Killmonger. Buried at sea with the fucking piranhas. We selling them whole like you fucking Obama. We selling them dope like we fucking Osama. Life is the business, it's called a Madonna. Adopted a trip from hotels in Rwanda.
Oh my God.
Red road, let these red bones. Red road with the red road. Fence pro with them heads roll. With the blue steel and the blue moons. Hot as blue flames doing blue rooms. Got the blueprints, even blues clues. All this blue money that I blew through.
All right. There you have it. That Twin off of the Twin, the album. That single is called Twin off of Twin, the album. Salute to everybody who supported Twin, the album so far and purchased that. Salute to everybody that got the deluxe package. Salute to everybody that picked up the merch. Salute to everybody who has been responsible for Twin, the movie, which is almost ready. You know what I'm talking about? Almost on the pot. But yeah, with that being said, I just want to welcome everybody to another episode of Melanin Mondays, number 35. This is your brother Red Pill, representing Know the Ledge, KL in the building, Love Light, representing Paradigm Shifters as well. Salute all of my Paradigm Shifters. Salute to the Shifters University. Salute to Pop Darby. Today's his birthday. Salute to Billionaire PA. His birthday was last week. Everybody, salute to all of my Virgos, all of my Libras. Salute to my father, my Baba, my biological dad. His birthday is on Thursday. He'll be 70 years old. So salute to him. All right, we're going to do it up real big with him and enjoy ourselves and celebrate life, because without him, there's no red and blue pill. So, yeah, man, how's everybody doing today? Salute to everybody in the building. Big up to everybody that's in the building. Salute to Texas. Salute to Georgia, Florida, Cali, everybody that's here. Salute to Bezo, Berto. Big up to Flatbush, all right? Big up to NC, SC, ATL, all of that. You know what I'm talking about? Salute to all of y'all. Love and light, you know. I hope that everybody is in good health. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, since the last time that we linked up. Salute, yeah, West Orlando, Raleigh, Durham. All right. Peace to Raleigh in the building. Queens in the building. Philly in the building. Philly, we're going to be in Philly. Look out. We coming to your town, the Shifters. Our next event, I believe, is in Philadelphia. So the Paradigm Shifters, we will be in Philly in the calendar month of October. Please pull up. I really need y'all to come and show y'all love, show y'all support. Philadelphia. I was there for a Dune Day. The love was crazy. The love was crazy. You know what I'm talking about? So I want to repeat that. I want to feel that again when we get out there. I don't know when. If it's not the third, if it's not the second week of October, it will be the third week of October. But I don't know. I'll get the dates. We're also going to be in Houston. I believe Houston is October 17th. So I'll get to you with them dates and whatnot. and I'll let you know what's going on. We also are planning a celebration the day before Halloween. Halloween is the 31st. We're going to be doing something in New York on the 30th. Now, this is not a lecture. This ain't that conscious. You know what I mean? It's going to be somewhat conscious, but this ain't no fucking workshop or nothing. It's not a lecture. This is an event where we're going to socialize and we're going to party. You know what I mean? We're not going to indulge in no debauchery, but we're not even going to be indulging in the Roman or the European version of what they call Hallows Eve and whatnot. We're just going to be celebrating life. You know what I'm talking about? We're just going to be enjoying ourselves. We're going to be practicing, coming together with positive energy and being able to manifest while those gates are down. So be on the lookout for that announcement. I don't have all of the information about that announcement. That's not going to involve the paradigm shifters. This is something separate that Red Pill is doing with a brother that my brother, the Dark Lord, off of Facebook, who is part of the Royal Bloodline, the group, the Royal Bloodline. Me and the brother have been building, and we're going to do a social event together to bring the people out because, you know, a lot of people have these Facebook groups, but they don't have a lot of meetups. You know what I'm saying? Like people in a group, y'all be online together and all of that, poking each other and, you know, in group chats. But, you know, I'm here to let you know personally, when you meet up in the flesh, that's even better. You know what I'm saying? That's when you meet up in the flesh, it solidifies everything. Like it brings all of that stuff to fruition. So that's what we're planning on doing. If you smoke the marijuana, you know what I mean? If you indulge in the sacraments, you'll be able to enjoy yourself at that event. You know what I'm saying? Because that event will be pro smokers. You know, if you indulge in drinking the spirits, that will be there as well. Don't come there on some AA meeting shit and try to explain to me how alcohol or the spirits and marijuana got GMOs and all of that. That's not for that night. You know, we could do that another time. We're coming together to enjoy ourselves socially, something that we don't necessarily do as a quote unquote community. Because last time I checked, communities eat together, right? They break bread. You feel me? They get money together and they do labor together, meaning that they break concrete together. Like they work, they break sweats together. So, you know, we're going to have to start socializing, getting to know each other. You know what I mean? Think about it. Like we claim community, but we don't practice that. When I observe what is known as the continental Africans, I'm in Harlem. When I'm in Harlem, block in Harlem, they have a whole strip on 116th and they call it Little Africa. Now, the way that these Africans socialize, the way that they set up their, because they came up, like they came to America and set up, they got 116th in the 90s. Now, fast forward to today, if you go to Little Africa, them niggas is up. Like they're on the way up. Like they're steady climbing. One of the ways that they came together is they built restaurants. Okay. One of the things about restaurants in African culture and also Caribbean culture, when you begin to really peep it, is that the restaurants double as social hangouts or social places where people can socialize. That's very important when people claim that they want to be in a community, or when people claim they want to be millionaires, or when people claim they want to be great again, or when people claim they want their kingdom back. How the hell do you want your kingdom back? You niggas don't even socialize. You don't stand on no couches. You don't pop no bottles. You feel me? You don't break bread with no brothers and sisters. You don't pay for the damn, you're not sitting around paying for the whole tab. You're not feeding hundreds of people at once. You're not really socializing. I don't really trust all of that social shit that or that community talk that a lot of people have, because we haven't even tested your social skills. You feel me? We don't know how you break bread. We don't know how you are when you have a few drinks in your system. You might be wild goofy and whatnot. And you know, the motherfucking just hanging out with you is a warning sign. It's going to set off some flags, and we'll be like, I think we'll pass. You know what I'm saying? And with the Africans, these are mostly French speaking Africans, right? What I noticed when I observed them is that they break bread, they have restaurants, they drink wine together, they drink food together, they do their business deals during like while they're breaking bread, like while they're eating and whatnot. That's when they're building relationships. That's when they're building their bonds. You dig what I'm saying? Remember, you have a second brain in your stomach. So when you're feeding that brain, and that brain is, you know, being fed right, and it's releasing all of these dopamines and everything is good and whatnot, that's when you could lean in and start talking about them M's and whatnot, or you could start talking about those mergers. You start talking about business after my stomach is full. I got some wine in my system or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm feeling good. You know, that's a good time to start talking about the future, because you've already shown that, you know, you're willing to sit down and eat with me. You willing to smoke with me. That's what the Indians or the Aboriginal indigenous people would, you know, I'm not necessarily saying that was the whole meaning behind the TPs and the peace pipes and whatever, but, you know, they will pull up and smoke one. You feel me? And then get to the BI. You feel me? So in the hood, the way that we do it nowadays in our dumbed down version is that niggas pull up and roll up. You feel me? Like you're gonna go out with the homies. Y'all planning on taking the town and whatnot. Y'all gonna do it real big. Everybody is racked up. You got duffel bags in your hands, right? But before you do anything, y'all niggas gotta roll up and pour something, right? And get your mind right before you even hit the club. Or when you hit the club and you get your section or whatever, y'all get your section, you get your bottles, y'all rolling up, y'all popping bottles. So there's the spirits, there's the sacraments, there's the drums, you know what I'm saying? There's the sexual attraction, because you got the little shorties, the hotties and whatnot. Maybe even the thotties is on your back. You feel me? But they smirking at you and whatnot. They might be showing a little bit of, you know, flesh. And there's a sexual attraction, there's a magnetism, there's an energy in the air. You know what I mean? The music is in the air, so the drums is beating, right? You smoking and you drinking, so you feel good. And I'm not talking about overindulging in it. I'm talking about if certain people partake in defocalization every now and then, not a habit, not a vice. I'm talking about moderation, where you decide that I'm going to celebrate because you have something to celebrate about. Now, you got niggas standing on couches and running to the club. They don't got nothing to fucking celebrate about. Why are you even in the club? What are you talking about? Like, what are you doing here? You need to get your shit together before you even come and stand on mama's couch. But there are some people who partake in that, and the mood that you set in those environments is a mood of creation. What do you mean by that? I just gave you the ingredients. There's ingredients when it comes to manifestation. That's why when you see our people in ceremony, when you see our people in all of the spiritual systems, they're not just doing that shit during a lecture. They're not making magic happen during a powwow when everybody is sitting around and they're being quiet and there's no kind of celebration taking place. No, all of these celebrations coincidentally happen during ceremonies. Why is that? Why does the manifestation of when the spirits come down and mount you? Why is the manifestation of when spirits are conjured up to do work? There are ingredients such as drums. They beating on the drums. When you go to the club, my nigga, and they playing that motherfucking music and whatnot, nigga, that's the bass drop. That's the drums. That is the drums. Even if you all the way in EDM world with what's them dudes? Daft Punk and all of these other dudes. That's still the drums. It's just synthesized. The smoke is in the air. Smoke is in the air, so I'm able to defocalize and remove my psyche. I could be in two places at once now because I'm high. meaning that I'm defocalizing. I'm going into other places. I'm melting away. Goodness. Hold on, y'all. Fuck, man. Hold on, y'all. Gotta start my live back up again. Pardon me. Anyway, so by defocalizing, you know, I'm removing myself, not removing myself, because you don't remove yourself from where you're at. You just almost plug it into another line, like you're becoming more quantum. You ever been in a place, or you ever been in a situation where you're physically there, but you're so defocalized, you're so high that you're in a whole nother place? You feel me? Like you could even see yourself affecting a whole nother physical place. Like you could find yourself traveling and whatnot. So you're there, or you're drinking the spirits, and the spirits are definitely what they say they are. They are the spirits. You know what I'm saying? They are the spirits. So I'm not talking about getting drunk. I'm not talking about drunk, like sloppy drunk type. No, I'm just talking about being nice, where your inhibitions have melted away. You feel me? Where it feels like you might even have another version of you. Stefan is on front page. You know what I mean? You tuck Urkel away and you bring Stefan back. You know what I'm talking about? Now you're that cool dude in the club. You're doing the motherfucking Millie rocking and Nene, and you was like a recluse. You're like an introvert, but you start sipping on that coconut Ciroc, my nigga, that French vanilla. You feel me? And then you turn into a whole nother person. You're tapping into a whole nother, and that person is always inside of you. It's not somebody outside of yourself. It's just you tapping into Sasha Fierce, my nigga. You know what I mean? And then you just getting friskier. And now you standing on couches showing your toes and whatnot. You never show your toes. This is not you. Why do you have your socks off? You know what I'm saying? Nigga, Sasha Fierce is here. You know what I'm saying? And you just loosen up. But you feel good. And that's the important part. That's where the magic is. You feel good. And when you feel good, what can you start doing? You can start mentally manifesting that which you want to bring into reality. A lot of manifestation takes place inside of nightclubs when women are grinding on men. You feel me? And there's strong sexual attraction. That nigga is saying some shit inside of her ears, sounding real nasty, like Wesley Pipes out this motherfucker. He's just real derogatory, all in her ear, right? So she's being sexually charged. Like I said, it's very dark. You know, a lot of things are created in the dark, right? We spoke about this before. In the moonlight is when things are grown. And darkness is when things are grown, not in the sunlight. People lied to you inside of school. They had you thinking that things are grown in the sunlight. No, they're maintained and sustained in sunlight. All things are grown in the darkness. Ask any farmer. He will let you know that the vegetables and the fruits in his harvest grows under the UV lights of the moonlight. Right? Real talk. So even in the witching hour where people are, and salute to the moon. You know what I'm saying? We building on, go outside and look at that moon. That moon is very powerful. That moon is extremely strong. So when you're able to have the right conditions, and remember, you're inside of the club. So what is the music in the club telling you to do? A few things. Bust a nut, get you some pussy, get you some bread, right? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or bust a nigga head, right? That is what they're saying inside of these clubs. Get you some box, my nigga, score tonight, get lucky, right? Go out and get you some bread. Or if a nigga look at you wrong, bust him upside the head. Sex, money, murder, right? Sex, money, murder. Now, you can act all puritanical if you want, you know what I'm saying? But we're not trying to be we're not approaching it from the aspect of a puritanical. We're approaching this from the place where we're just being, you know, we're identifying what is known as the success principle. We're identifying some of the strongest desires in this world. Hold on a minute. It's creative forces. You know what I'm saying? The great creative forces of sex energy. That is one of the strongest creative forces on the planet. Okay? And when I'm saying sex energy, I'm not necessarily talking about you on the dance floor. You niggas is on some pasa dagger and shit. I ain't talking about that. I'm not talking about getting head on the dance floor like Tupac. I'm talking about sexual energy and attraction. If you don't got the you know what I mean? If your ass didn't put on the motherfucking what was that, the fuck'em dress? The shit that Beyonce told you to wear and whatnot, and you going to the club, you know what the hell you going to the club to do. You're going to the club to induce, you know what I mean, a lot of blue ball isms on these niggas that's in the club. You know what I mean? You trying to thirst trap these motherfuckers in real time. And then you might, you know, you might be feeling frisky that night. The moon might have an effect on you. You might want to take somebody home and take them down. That's just an option. You know what I'm saying? But I know the men are going to the club because they want to feel that magnetism. They want to feel the women, you know what I mean, lusting over them. They want to impact. They want to step up in that bitch, gliding through they want to slide through that bitch with the mink dragon and whatnot. And they want to make an impact. You know what I'm talking about? When you step up in the spot, you know, and the light hits you and your shit start going in slow-mo. You know what I mean? Like the Belly's first scene. You want that. You know, what does that do? That helps build confidence up. What is building confidence up? Confidence builds enthusiasm. What does enthusiasm do? Enthusiasm taps you in to a power of a manifestation power where you could begin to manifest your loftiest and your highest ideals. So you walking through the club, your mink is dragging, all of the shorties is checking you out, right? You're feeling the energy, you know what I mean? They're giving you all of these faces and whatnot. You're hearing shit because they're sending all of these mental signals to you like, I want to eat you alive. You know what I mean? You're looking like a snack. You know what I'm talking about? All that shit. So you're standing on the couch. You got sparkles and whatnot. The waitress done brought over all of these bottles and they sparkling. Everybody is looking at you and whatnot. And you're like, yo, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. I want to rule. I want to run this city. I want to run this town. You know what I mean? The world is yours on some super fly shit. You know what I'm saying? You feeling like your guy. You feeling like that dude and whatnot. That's a good thing. God damn it. That is a good thing. Those are the conditions for manifestation. Those are the conditions for being, you know, for bringing things to fruition through your thoughts. All is mental. All is mental. So we don't have ceremonies where we're sitting around each other and people are complaining. We don't have ceremonies where we sit around each other and everybody's scared to death. You know what I mean? Niggas is drowning in fear. We don't have ceremonies where it's mad quiet. No. We have ceremonies where it's mad loud, right? Titties is out. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is feeling themselves, right? The motherfucking smoke is in the air. Drinks is motherfucking pouring. You know what I'm talking about? Women are dancing. They doing that, yeah. You know, all that shit's going on. And those are activating principles. Those are activating principles. Those are principles that release dopamines. Those are principles that create a sense of celebratory. And when you create a sense of celebratory energy within self, you open up, you release certain kind of hormones, and you magnify and you attract that which you really want to have, that which you want to create in this motherfucking realm. That's how it works. And I'm simplifying it because it works in many different ways. I'm just giving you one way. I'm not saying you niggas got to go to the club, and then if you don't go to Sam's Club or if you don't go to motherfucking Players Club, that you're not going to create anything. And the only time that you ever created anything was at the fucking dance hall. I'm not saying that. I'm just identifying because people do this shit unconsciously. It's not like they're going to the club, they know what the fuck they're going for. But like I said, when you study, when you do the knowledge, you realize that at the end of the day, the whole time you was on to something. You'd be like, damn, I was kind of low-key conscious when I was unconscious. I was doing shit that, you know, was low-key conscious. So that's just what it is. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. You know, yeah, the moon is on fleek. You know what I mean? Take full advantage of this moon tonight. You may want to get into affirmations. You know what I mean? You may want to write out some affirmations and whatnot. And you may want to deal with a vision quest. Or you may want to add some stuff to your vision board. A good vision quest would to be you and your queen or you and your king basically going over tonight. What are your plans for this season? We're in the fall equinox. So that's what we could be doing. We could do that on tonight. You know what I mean? You could speak your loftiest goals and ideas in your lady's ears, you know what I'm saying, while you're caressing her, or, you know, while you're running her down, or, you know what I'm saying, while you're telling her how much you love her, or you're making her feel how much you love her. But you should be speaking sweet nothings to her, because this is a time of manifestation, you know. And it's also a time of reflection, because once you leave one season and you enter another season, yeah, you gotta you have to assess what you just went through. You know, the summer was mad. It happened very fast. Time is going very fast now. We don't even have time to reflect. So we should be reflecting as to, you know, what our summer was about, some of the people that we met, some of the contacts that we made, some of the revelations that have come to us, some of our challenges, some of our tests, all of these things, you know, all of these things, they're you know, they need to be evaluated. How can we increase the strength of the manifestation? You can increase the strength of the manifestation in a few ways. If you are into breathing, I would tell you to definitely tap into your breathing. If you're into sex magic, or if you're cultivating sexual energy, I would tell you to continue to cultivate that, and to, you know, really allow the passion, allow the lust, allow all of that shit to push your will, to push the enthusiasm that you have to make something happen. You know what I mean? To make you go the extra mile. Make that lust that you have for another human being, make that the motherfucking fuel that you're using to burn that motherfucking desire, to burn your engines in order to get that what you want. You will manifest faster if you have something in front of you that you want to get, that you desire. If you have a woman that you're trying to impress, nigga, you're liable to throw a motherfucking bank on its neck. You know what I mean? You liable to run out here and throw a brick fast. You know what I'm saying? But that's if you want something. So you have to be able to identify, you have to be able to begin to visualize something that basically is speaking to your self-interest, to your best self-interest. You know what I'm saying? That makes you passionate, and focus on that and go hard in the paint. You know what I mean? Focus on that and go hard in the paint. Like, that's what meditation will do for you. You really go in, or you visualize and whatnot. Some people have walking meditations. Some people have meditations, or they have they have visions when they sleep. It's not dreams. They have not just lucid dreams, but they have visions where they see themselves in a better place, where they see themselves in a reality where they're winning and whatnot. The proverbial winning, because winning is you know, everybody's version of winning is not the same. So when you see that, that's something that you, when it's time to power yourself up or gas yourself up, or when it's time to invigorate oneself, you have to put those visions in your mind. You have to put those, you have to see yourself in that place. And that's what you have to work off of. Gas yourself up. You know what I mean? Gas yourself up, because nobody else is, who else? You're gonna wait for somebody else to gas you up. You know what I mean? You're not going to wait for somebody else to do it for you. This is when you have to take control of your destiny. There's nobody on this planet, even if your children came out looking just like you, there's nobody on this planet who is in control of your destiny. Only you. It don't matter if you're married for 80 years. It does not matter. You are in control of your own destiny. It has nothing to do with anybody else. I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, but it's all on you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is a co-star in your movie. Facts. Everybody else is just a co-star in your motherfucking in your movie. You know what I mean? The greatest story never told. You know, you have to see it like that. Because if you don't see it like that, you might see it another way, and that other way might not be the way that you know, that might not be the winner, the way that you have to take in order to sit at that table. You know. So, you know, it is what it is. Somebody said, take a moon shower tonight and release what no longer serves you. Full moon energy set intentions to manifest. So I'm going to read, thank you, River C. Scott. River C. Scott said, take a moon shower tonight and release what no longer serves you. Full moon energy set intentions to manifest. Right? So, full moon intentions set to manifest. Write them down, cut them out on a piece of paper, whatever you got to do. Make a quick vision board if need be. Go to Pinterest and scroll through that bitch and, you know, look at houses that you want. Look at interiors that you want. Whatever it may be, a car that you want. You know, the family that you might want. You have to begin to do this visualization, but you got to let go of things that are no longer serving you. And sometimes that's very hard to do. It's easier to say it than to do it. Many of us know that we need to let some things go in order, you know, it's like baggage. So many of us know that we need to lighten up the load, lighten up with the shit that we're carrying and whatnot in order for us to continue to climb up these mountains, because you can't climb a mountain carrying the whole house on your back. So some of us have friends and business associates who really don't mean us that much good. You know, some of us have friends or business associates who are just keeping us in one place comfortably. They don't want to see us grow. You know what I mean? They don't have any intentions to see us grow. They don't have any plans for the future. They just are content with the mediocre place where they see you at, or the mediocrity that they see you in, because when you're in that position, you're controllable. They're comfortable with you being in that position because they can basically control you. You know what I'm saying? You're not outside of the realms of, you know, that mundane regimen that you always have been in. Come to work, punch the clock, go get lunch, you know what I mean? Talk shit at the water cooler, punch clocks, go home. You know, they're like, yo, there ain't too much growth in that. You know what I'm saying? Keep that nigga in that cycle right there. You know, and if we see anything different, we'll put him back in the cycle. You know, let that shit go. Let a lot of things go. Release some things. You might have a loved one in your life and they're not supporting your dream. You know, they're not supporting your vision. Maybe they were just here for a season, right? Maybe they were just here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're not long term. You know, maybe in order for you to grow, in order for you to evolve, in order for you to step it up, you may have to let certain people and things go. And like I said, it sounds easy, but it's some of the hardest things to do in life. I promise you. You know what I mean? We could talk it all day, but I even have problems turning my backs on people and keep it moving. I have attachment issues sometimes. You feel me? Until it's too late. So, you know, do some more research. I'm just giving you the skinny. I'm just giving you the basics. I'm just scratching the surface. I'm not even going super duper deep with it. Go on the internet or call up your favorite astrologer and whatnot and find out what the fuck is going on today. You know what I mean? Tap into the power of today and make it work for you. You know, make it work for you. I'm addicted to only habits that serve my purpose. That's right. I feel you on that. You know what I mean? I feel you on that. You know, develop a habit, but develop a healthy habit. Habits don't gotta be negative. Develop a healthy habit. Stick to that shit. Let me see. I wrote it down. How long does it take to form a habit? And how long does it take to form a vice? Hold on a minute. Yeah, I have it in front of me. Yeah, when I see it, it's in my notes. I'm looking at this book full of notes. And the way that I write all kind of stuff together. So I'm not sure where it's at. Have you ever heard of cosmic habit force? Huh? Shout out to Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Cosmic habit force. Yeah, look that up. You know? Okay. There you go. Thank you, Michael. 21 days of doing something, that's a habit. 90 days is a lifestyle. Okay? 90 days is a lifestyle. 21 days, that's a habit. 90 days, that's a lifestyle. So you could change your life overnight. Like I said, I want to change the world with you, right? I want to change the world with you. I want to shift the paradigms with you. But before we do anything, why don't we use ourselves as a test? You know what I'm saying? I want to make a commitment right now. And I have witnesses that this is a new season and 21 days create a habit. 90 days create a lifestyle. I want to change my lifestyle. But first, I want to create some healthy habits. You know? I want to create some healthy habits. So I'm going to go over that later on about, you know, I'm not going to come up with it right now. You know what I mean? Because I'll be shooting from the hip. I got to analyze some shit and make sure that I'm not committing to something that I won't hold up. But maybe I should go make it a habit to go to the gym. Maybe I should make it a habit to wake up earlier. You know what I mean? Maybe I should make it a habit to go to sleep earlier. Maybe I should make it a 21-day habit of, you know, a 21-day fast from World Star and Vlad TV. I don't know about that, but, you know, maybe we should do things like that. But everybody knows personally what you need to do to get your self-discipline in order, what you need to do to stop procrastination, what you need to do to cure yourself from stagnation, what you may need to do to, you know, continue to inspire yourself, invigorate yourself, you know what I mean? So you could defeat your lazy self or the lazy version of yourself. So you know personally what it is, what habits, what healthy habits that you should be forming. Me personally, I have no right whatsoever to tell you what it is that you should be doing. And I would never get into that kind of conversation. I would never get into that lane of telling any motherfucker on this planet what they should be doing with their free time. No, I'm not. No, I'll throw some shit out there. And if you decide that that's what you want to do, then that's on you. But you're driving this motherfucking bus. You know what I mean? You're in control of your own movement. You're in control. I could help inspire you. I could consult you and point you in a direction, but I'm not going to tell you anything. You're going to tell yourself. And if anybody's walking on this planet thinking that you're telling somebody to do something and they're actually doing it because you're telling them, you got life fucked up. You know what I mean? You can't tell anybody to do anything. If they do it, if they want to do it, they'll do it. And if you're making somebody do some shit against their own fruition, against what they want to do, then, you know, you're oppressing that person, and you should check yourself. You dig? You should check yourself. So, you know, that's yeah, starve the mind, feed the soul. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us have been distracted lately, right? A lot of us are feeding our minds poison and toxic energy based off of the YouTube channels that some of us may be subscribed to, based off of the mindless gossip the motherfuckers indulging on a daily basis, worrying about everybody but themselves. You know what I mean? Based off of, you know, procrastination and stagnation, which ultimately leads individuals to get mad at other individuals who may be active and may be doing things. They feel somewhat threatened when they're in a circumference or when they're in a company of doers. I know thinkers that feel uncomfortable around doers. I know knowers that don't like to be around thinkers. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So you have to kind of get away from certain individuals like that because they don't really serve too much of a purpose other than, you know, being the measurement that you could weigh yourself against. Like, yeah, I don't want to wind up like this nigga right here. Like, I keep this nigga around me to remind me that I don't want to be like this nigga ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's my measuring pole. You know what I mean? You know how when you get on the motherfucking amusement park rides and there's like a height limit? Well, that nigga's my height limit. So if when I ever start shrinking and going Negros and start shrinking below this point, and I'm acting like this nigga right here, then I know to get out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying? I could check myself. So, you know. The brother Michael Douglas says he does affirmations with a team of 200. Text at MillMind to hashtag 81010. See, I'm doing commercials for you, Michael. You know what I'm talking about? That shit, I should invoice you afterwards, but you know, I do a free, this is my free trial. I'll give you a freebie, you know? And that's powerful. That is quantum when you're able to do affirmations because two brains is stronger than one. So 200, you're dealing with you could bend reality, like you could bend spoons like that with 200 people. It's 75 of us. We could bend reality right now by affirming our greatness in real time. Because I said it before, y'all gonna find out one day very soon that the power is definitely in the now. That, you know what I mean? There's power in the past. There's definitely power. There's potential power in the future. But the real power to make things happen, you know, the real change and not conceptualizing change. You know what I mean? Not the theorem of change. Not the speculatory. Not speculation. No, actualization, like making shit happen in the now. It's now. It's never any other time. It's right now. So we should take advantage of these live streams that we're doing collectively. We should take advantage of these portals, like these full moons and all of these alignments when they happen. We should take advantage of these anniversaries that come up, even when it's holidays, the European holidays, and we're joined up with our family members and whatnot, like Thanksgiving, and on the days like Christmas. It's still energy. It's still portals. You can still manifest on those days. Don't get all fucking puritanical, my nigga. It's still an energy in the and you know, when the like on a holiday, like let's just say Christmas. And I'm not promoting you niggas to go sit on Santa's lap and none of this stupid shit. I'm saying that the day of Christmas, the energy around the planet is a very healing energy, is a very positive energy. It's a manifestation kind of energy. It's a love energy. It's a frequency, pardon me. And you could come together, 200, 300, 500 of us, and we could make things happen on those days, on those portals, because those are you know, those days are manifestation days. You feel me? Because everybody's happy. They're with family. They're joyful. You feel me? The energy is very positive. You know what I mean? And in that energy, in those circumstances, that's when you get busy. You can get busy during chaos. If you niggas know about chaos magic, if you know how to create order out of chaos, you could cook during a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? But you can also cook during celebratory times. So, you know, instead of doing the Facebook protest, the Hotep protest, you know what I mean? The don't eat the turkey protest, and the Indians died so you niggas could sit at the table and whatnot. I'm not saying not to do it per se. I'm not telling you to even celebrate those days per se. I'm not. I'm saying that if you have the opportunity to not celebrate European holidays that are tied into massacres and genocide and all of these things, my nigga, don't do it. But if you find yourself at your family's house and you're not feeling all bad about shit and you mad depressed and whatnot because you got to say grace and whatnot and you're thinking about motherfucking, wounded knee, right? No offense. Shout out to the Aboriginals. If you find yourself in a family gathering, you didn't not take grandma's invitation and you decided to come to the family house. What I'm saying is to make a positive out of what is a perceived negative, that you tap into the energy that the family may be exhuming if they're positive, because you might have a super duper toxic negative, you know what I mean, situation where you can't really get into your positive self. But if that's the situation, nigga, that's chaos magic. And even with all of that chaos magic, even with the grandma, with the auntie you got with the mustache, and she cursed like I'm fucking Sailor and whatnot, and she's running around, and they got babies and everything, and they running around knocking shit over and whatnot. They running all over your white Pumas and whatnot. You feel like smacking them up. They taking your phone and whatnot, and they on YouTube for 18 hours, and your battery is dying, and you know, even with all of that chaos, you can still manifest. You can still tap in. It's still, man, if you can still create order out of chaos. That's something that the European mystic, or the European sorcerer, or the European warlock, or the European witch, or the European Wiccan, that's what they've been able to tap into through. That's what Crowley prepared them to do. That's what you have post World War II, when the Nazis and whatnot came together with these European governments, right? They taught them how to definitely get into all of that. So they create chaotic situations. They create disasters. They create wars and all of these conflicts, and they're able to bring about order. They're able to tap into the power of that. They're able to power up off of suffering. These are Luciferians. They're able to get stronger off of your tears. So what do? Nigga, you got to stop crying. You can't give them your tears. You have to manifest. You have to practice the discipline of smiling in the face of adversity. How strong are you? How strong are you that even with shit going the way that it's going and your perceived reality that you think that is real? Because when we talk about the Matrix and whatnot, and we talk about the illusion, and we talk about the Maya, nigga, the Maya and the Matrix and the illusion is the world that you niggas think that you live in. You know what I mean? It's not no spooky shit. The Maya is the fact that niggas run around saying, yo, we at war, and people are trying to kill me, and they want to kill us. Who the fuck is us? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, who the fuck is us? They not trying to kill me. You know? Nigga, I'm good. Like, I'm Gucci. I don't get, nobody's trying to kill me. Okay? I'm not buying that. I won't never say no crazy shit like that. Now, I mean, let me disclaimer. If it gets real and I say that shit, don't hold it against me. Don't judge me. But for right now, because if it winds up happening like that, chances are it's because I said it so many fucking times that I brought it into my reality. You know what I mean? So ain't nobody trying to kill me. Ain't nobody trying to kill my son. There's nobody trying to kill my father. Nobody's trying to kill my mama. Nobody's trying to kill my family. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying into that. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. That's not my reality. You feel me? That is not my reality. Your reality is what the fuck you accept it to be. And that's not my reality. You know what I mean? I'm not going to, you know, give any energy. Because remember, on one hand, you give power to the shit you pay attention to, right? You give power to the shit that be on your mind all day. You give power if the trolls are trolling you and you answer the trolls. You give power to the trolls. They showed you that with the whole clout chasing culture. So why is it any different than what the police is doing to you? They clout chasing. So why is it any different than what Trump is doing to you? He's clout chasing. You know what I mean? Fox 5 is clout chasing. Alex Jones is clout chasing. The goddamn NYPD and the LAPD and the Fraternal Order Police, they clout chasing, nigga. And if you keep paying them attention, if you niggas is crying every time you get smacked in the schoolyard, nigga, you're going to get bullied even more because you just gave the bully more power. If you niggas is affirming that the police is brutalizing and the black man is in danger and we're an endangered species like the koala bear, nigga, that you're man, you know what I mean? You're just giving somebody more power and more impetus. You're making a boogeyman bigger. Facts. Super duper facts. You niggas got it backwards. Where energy goes, it grows. So you think I'm gonna sit around and start getting in my bag about, oh, shit is real out here. Oh my goodness. I can't even go outside without worrying about getting shot. Nigga, I don't worry about getting shot when I go outside. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say that for the sake of sounding black or woke around you niggas. I'm not walking down the street worried about getting shot, nigga. I don't give a fuck what the police doing. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing it. You know what I mean? It didn't stop my parents from creating me and my brother. Niggas was getting brutalized in the 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, and 20s. That didn't stop anybody from living. Okay? That didn't stop nobody from living. You niggas got it fucked up and y'all real weird and corny and whatnot, acting like what's going on with the police is some new shit. They've been doing that. They was doing that even more on 10 a few decades ago. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was really coming up missing for real. And they probably are coming up missing right now. But at the end of the day, it's the fucking backdrop. It's just part of the movie. You know what I mean? Like, these things will happen. We should be worrying and focusing on empowering up ourselves. We should be speaking life into each other. We should be, or whatever happened to you niggas in your Wakanda ideas. You know what I'm saying? We should be invoking that kind of talk. You know what I'm saying? We should be invoking that kind of reality. We should be speaking power to the future. Power to the future. Not this fuck shit. Not this weirdo, scary ass, weirdo black inferiority talk. I'm not with that. That's not my lingo. That's not my lingo. That's not my language. That's not my lexicon. You feel me? Words, you speak words and you speak realities into existence. You have to affirm greatness. You have to affirm greatness. You have to identify your motherfucking greatness. I don't care if this whole shit is blowing up and falling apart. Nigga, I'm great until I tap out. You know what I mean? Until I tap out. And you immortalize yourself in this reality by doing what? By standing on your square and you just allow, you know, and you just point the goofy shit out because it's so, it's just, you know, you can't even ignore it at the end of the day. But you do not speak any kind of fear into your people. You do not speak more inferiority in people who already perceive themselves to be inferior based off of miseducation, based off of malnourishment of the knowledge, based off of being ignorantly blissful. You can't necessarily blame people, but you can't let the motherfuckers get away with it either. You dig what I'm saying? Because ignorance of the law is no excuse. You niggas gotta just sit in the pot and just simmer and cook a little bit, and then you'll learn your lesson. You'll learn that you can't walk through this planet ignorant as a knuckle dragger all your life. It's the impetus is on you. You have to educate yourself. You have to edify who you are. You dig what I'm saying? You have to edify who you are. So we got to watch out of the words that we say. I don't like saying white supremacy. And if it hurts somebody's feelings, you know what I'm saying? Oh well, you dig what I don't like saying it because I don't believe it. I don't affirm that. I call it white inferiority. I call it white fragility. You know what I mean? Oh, there's a system in place. Yeah, it is. But you inferior black niggas is keeping the system running. So why am I calling it white superiority when the system is working off of you inferior ass niggas? What's superior about that? It's not them, it's you niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's really not them. They are looking bigger than life because you niggas are on your knees. That's the only reason that they look so tall. It's because you niggas sit down to pee. Real talk. It's you niggas. It's not them. It's not them. Like I said, I remember our exchanges in the playground. They were always son. They were always inferior. It's not them. You niggas have a disposition towards your great self, towards yourselves. It's not them. You know what I'm saying? It's not them. They're hummer-stunting. They're pump faking. Do you know what pump faking is? They're pump faking. And they have you believing the lies that they sold you because you niggas are not sharp enough to question them right on the spot. And you're letting it linger. You dig what I'm saying? And you're buying into the propaganda. The biggest propaganda tool on the planet is Hollywood. And I watched them throughout the decades, how they systematically changed the reality and motherfucking cook you niggas. All of these movies are detrimental to your mental health. The Help is detrimental to your mental health. 12 Years a Slave, motherfucking Monsters Ball, Something New, motherfucking, what's the name? She Hate Me, you know what I mean? All of the gangster movies, I'm sorry, I don't mean to break it to you, you know, I don't want to give you the motherfucking bad news, but yeah, Menace to Society, go and study neurocinematics. I did a breakdown when we did NWA Decoded, KT the Arch Degree, Black Dot, and Red Pill. I broke the shit down. I showed you through neurocinematics how damn near every single scene in the movie Menace to Society was programming you. It was programming you. You know what I'm saying? And not to be O-Dog, not to be some, you know what I mean? It wasn't programming you to be motherfucking Sharif. It wasn't programming you to be a greater version of yourself. Boys in the Hood, even Gin and Juice. You know what I mean? There's a lot of these movies that Jason's lyrics, and I'm not saying that they're all the way negative, but in those movies served a purpose. Those movies were planting seeds and they were programming certain individuals. Remember, gang culture exploded after certain movies came out doing what? Highlighting gang culture. You know, not giving you the negative aspects of gang culture, highlighting it. A commercial. It was a glorified 3-hour commercial for gang culture. Okay? And niggas started wearing colors and you know, and set tripping and all of that. And that's not who they are. That's not where they come from. These niggas were like Sharif. They were supposed to go to college. They were supposed to be engineers. They were supposed to be black messiahs. And they got duped by the rap music. They got duped by BET After Dark and shit like that. They got duped by these motherfucking coming of age movies, and they began to exploit themselves. They began to exploit themselves, and they paid the motherfucking price. That's why the motherfucking morgue is overflowing and the graveyards is busting out the motherfucking seams right now, because a lot of people listened to the tune that the Pied Piper was playing, and he walked them into an open pit. He walked them into a graveyard. He walked them into these jail cells. That's what the Pied Piper would be the musicians of the 90s and whatnot, and the early 2000s, the mixtape artists and whatnot, the ones who were controlled by Universal, Bad Boys, Interscope, Death Row, you know what I mean? All of the Suge Knights of the world. The fact that Suge Knight helped play a hand in the detriment of black society, black youth and whatnot, by pushing a lot of the negativity that he was pumping out of Death Row Records. It's not how you start the race, family. It's how you finish it. So look how he finished the race. Fuck what he had when he had the all red suit on with the red Rolls Royce on the cover of the Source magazine. Yeah, that shit is cute. How did you finish your race, my nigga? On one leg, my nigga? Or did you finish the race like Usain Bolt? Some niggas finishing the race getting pushed through the wheelchairs, getting your ass across the finish line. You didn't finish the race the right way. It's not how you started, it's how you finish it. That nigga finished bad. You feel me? Bad. He went to jail for running over one of his friends. He killed his friends trying to get away from the motherfucking somebody that's gonna pop his top off. So he had to get up out of there, and he ran over a comrade of his and killed him. And they gave Suge Knight 28 years. Okay, and he's not a young chicken. He's not a spring chicken. So he's gonna be, I think, in his, what is he gonna be? I think in the 70s when he comes home or something. You know, he went out bad. But is it karma? Is it divine contribution? Because there's a lot of people from back in those days, and it looked like karma is on their ass. It looked like karma's on their ass. Did Cosby get any jail time? I don't know. You tell me. Did Cosby get any jail time? You know? I'm not sure. If anybody saw, oh, he got 2 years? Damn. How you gonna give Cosby 2 years? Where you gonna do it? In Pelican Bay? Like, what is he doing? Is Cosby gonna come home with them up north shoulders? You know how niggas be having the shoulders from up north? The mad broad shit because they've been doing the long pull-ups like this. Yo, young blood. Is he gonna come home with new material? Huh? We gonna get Cosby jailhouse? Is he gonna come home with a face tat of a pudding pop? Is he gonna come home with the big fat Albert across his back with Southside on it? Like, what is Cosby gonna come home with? Is the dude that's working at Trader Joe's gonna visit Cosby on the dance floor and bring us some Trader Joe's? Is Jeffrey gonna visit him? I'm wondering. Is he gonna be cell buddies with Meek Mill if they send Meek back? Is it gonna be Meek and Bill in the yard? Bill and Mill in the yard, getting it in, tatted up, talking about old Philly days and shit like that. I'm wondering. Is Cosby gonna be working in the mess hall, feeding niggas pudding pops? I don't know. Is he gonna go to Pills Anonymous? Like, what's his work? Like, you know, when you get locked up and you're a drug dealer, they give you KSAT. It's like a drug program. Like, what are they gonna give Bill Cosby when he gets locked? What's his program? Is it gonna be like, you know, what is he gonna do? Pills Anonymous? Like, I don't know. This is interesting. They should not be sending no 80-year-old man to jail for 2 years, bro. I'm not cool with that. Like, that's a tragedy that Bill Cosby might have to go to jail. But we live in a time of divine retribution, correct? The great divine speaks through signs, and, you know, the divine feminine energy is washing niggas up like tsunamis. So I wasn't in those rooms with Bill Cosby. You know, if I speak about anything, it would be from a place of adoration. And, you know, I don't want to do celebrity worship. So I can't necessarily speak for that man because I've never had a conversation with him. I'm only familiar with the image that I've been shown. And because, thanks to social media, I now know that right there is not the best way to judge a person. You really don't know any fucking thing if that's the case. If you're only judging who a person is based off of what NBC shows you or what the fuck they show you on their Instagram or their social media, you don't know anybody. Like I said, you gotta break bread with a nigga, and you see what happened when they was trying to break bread with Cosby. They didn't even make it to dessert, my nigga. He was putting motherfuckers in a bag right after the hors d'oeuvres. He was slipping that shit in their drink. They was like, yo, that nigga didn't even wait till the meal was finished. He was on top of shit. You know what I'm talking about? So by breaking bread with a person, by working with a person, you know what I mean? By social, going like, you know, some a happy hour shit, you know, you have a few drinks with your coworkers, you'll find out who's who right there. You're like, oh shit, this dude is like really turned up. Like, he's mad quiet. on the assembly line. He's just a nigga who puts the screws inside of the fucking fan and whatnot. But look at him at the after hour spot during karaoke and whatnot. He's singing Bodak Yellow. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the Cardi B tongue and everything. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing the motherfucking, he's doing the shoot dance. You know what I mean? He's going in. We didn't even know he had it in him. So you get to see how people are in social settings, not online, not on social media. When you get a motherfucker at the pool party, you can find out if they can swim or not, right? So you become more familiar with people on the workplace. You become more familiar with people when you break bread with them. You become more familiar with people when you go away for like a weekend or something, like a retreat and whatnot. You become real closer to people in those intimate settings. So I don't trust social media or the fucking movie screen or anything that Hollywood has to sell me. So I can't judge how the fuck Bill Cosby really gets down. He could be a piece of shit behind closed doors. Who the fuck knows? Because usually, you know, a lot of the shit that people do in Hollywood is the opposite of who they are. Some of those roles that people play, they're really in character because that's not who they are. You know what I mean? That's why they play those roles so good, because they're always in character. You know, they're always in character. You be thinking that that person is who that person is at home. And it's like, no, my nigga, that's why they're in fucking Hollywood getting 20 million a movie, because they're motherfucking the scout and the director's like, yo, this nigga is really being the opposite of who he really is. So all of that nice guy, Fat Albert, this nigga's reading to the kids. He's worrying about the ingredients in the pudding and whatnot. That could have all been a big ass lie. Camille could be a motherfucking, you know, Camille could be in there listening to Cardi B, you know what I'm saying? Cutting up chickens like Beyonce and whatnot, you know what I mean? Doing extreme witchcraft on bitches that's looking at Bill and whatnot, you know what I mean? She could be counting up mad ones with the motherfucking money, you know how they got the money counter and whatnot? Camille got the bandana on, counting up all that old Cosby money, like, yeah, nigga, shit is in syndication, ho. You know what I'm saying? We getting all of these, ones. We getting all of this Fat Albert money. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, love and light to that man. If he got to do 2 years, then, you know, I hope that he's safe. You know what I mean? I would never want anybody to physically assault that man. I wouldn't want him to have a heart attack or any kind of ailment, because, you know, he's still an icon in the hearts and minds of our people, right? He's still an icon. Are we going to throw him away? I hope not. You know what I'm talking about? I hope we don't throw Cosby away, you know. But at the same time, in the land of justice, you know, I'm going to be Tom Petty right now. There's about 20 white men that need to be on trial right after Bill Cosby. If we're just going to keep the motherfucking shit leveled out and whatnot, and you niggas in your post-racial world that y'all live in, then we need to see at least 20 different white men go to motherfucking trial. Harvey Weinstein should be the first one. You feel me? I need Harvey's head on a motherfucking, I need Harvey's head on the chopping block, because he was out there doing some monstrosities in Hollywood. The shit that I read about that he was indulging in, remember, they're giving you the PC version. They're giving you a clean version. You just think that he was talking hot shit to women in their ears and whatnot. When you read about the barbarity, when you read about the debauchery that he was partaking in, you might throw up your motherfucking kale salad. Real talk. You might throw up your kale salad, because he was into some whole nother shit. I'm talking about 56 Shades of Grey. He was on some whole other shit. Like, you know, those I don't even want to get gross tonight. I don't even want to get gross. You know what I mean? I don't even want to get gross. You know. But he was on some shit. You know what I'm saying? He really traumatized a lot of the women who he victimized. You know what I mean? And the casting couch, some people would be like, he ain't victimized nobody. Them chicks knew what they were getting into. Those are thoughts and whatnot. Those are, you know, Hollywood thoughts. You know what I'm saying? They was just fucking for a position. No. The casting couch, you know, it's the casting couch is, you know, that's a form of rape. You know what I mean? That's a form of molestation. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily gonna just throw the women under the bus like that. Like they might have been doing something strange for a piece of change and whatnot, but they're being coerced. They're being intimidated. You know what I mean? They got carrots dangling in front of them, and they fucking left Wichita, Kansas, to come to Hollywood, and they've been working at motherfucking Roscoe's and whatnot for a while long. Yeah, they're gonna do something. They might make a choice or a decision that they regret later on in life. So so when we see things like that, what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is we collectively as a people, we need to have better decision making policies. We need to be able to make more better decisions. We need to be able to weigh things out in a more intelligent manner, because what I see that our people are suffering from collectively is bad decision making all around the border. We're making horrible decisions because we haven't been nurtured, or we haven't been taught on the importance of making correct decisions that are going to benefit us in the long run and in the short run. We're making decisions based off of short-term satisfaction, and we're paying for it on the back ends. We're paying for it long-term. Like when you see a lot of our people suffering from health ailments and whatnot, that's that shit catching up to you, right? That's that shit catching up to you. That's living that wayward lifestyle, or that's living in the fast lane, or that's being sexually undisciplined or sexually deviant, and that shit catching up to you later on, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's somebody, you know, chasing the dollars and whatnot, taking penitentiary chances, and the shit catching up to you. You feel me? That's somebody sacrificing their sacred temple or their sacred womb and whatnot, or their sacred phallus for the return of something that's momentarily or monetary. You know what I mean? A little fixing and whatnot, a little scratching of the itching. And then you could pay with that. You could pay for that later on down the line. An unwanted pregnancy, a STD, a spiritually transmitted disease, a sexually transmitted disease. You feel me? That's bad decision making. That's bad decision making based off of the fact that we live in this microwavable society right now, where it's all about scratching the itch. You know what I mean? It's all about feeding his lower the lower self. Oh, oh wow. I'm reading this thing that Ella Samori, salute to you, Queen, salute to you. She said that there were 2 killings in Texas. 23-year-old Dacian Steptoe was shot and killed. He shot a cop in the head after a robbery. I had a session with his mom today. Yes, condolences to the family, condolences to everybody that was involved in that incident and whatnot. You know, that's tragic. That's very unfortunate. You know, that's very unfortunate. So, you know, but that's what we see, man. Like better decision making. You know what I mean? Um, if you have access to tutors, if you have access to life coaches, I don't like saying the word mentors because of the etymology. If you have access to big homies, if you have access to big sisters, if you have access to individuals who can help speak to you and give you some game and give you some, you know, give you some insight. You feel me? You should make it your business to go and get that. You should definitely make it your business to go and get that, because that is very important. That is extremely important. You know what I mean? We have to really focus on foundation. We really have to focus on edifying who we are. We really have to focus on making better decisions, making better decisions, and being more responsible for the decisions that we make when our karma comes to meet us. Being more responsible for the decisions that we make when the motherfucking pendulum swings, you know. Well, they were saying that mentor had homosexual connotations to it, all right? The word mentor had homosexual connotations to it. It was basically some shit about, you know, I believe it was Greek culture, and the mentee or the mentor basically was just like the old head that was fucking the little boy, all right? Pardon my bluntness. But Instagram, the time is up. We're going to get up with everybody. I'm going to be wrapping this up anyway in a minute. You know, we definitely have things that we have to take care of. And, you know, we're going to get back with the family. We've been doing a lot of uploads throughout the week and whatnot. I'm going to continue with that, God willingly. I actually got a new camera, a new web camera coming, so I'm going to try that out as soon as it arrives. Yeah. And I don't have all of the dates for the upcoming Shifters events. I know that it's Philadelphia, Houston, and Miami, I believe, and this is supposed to be all in October. So if you follow me on Instagram, EL_PHILTHMOOR, EL_PHILTHMOOR. If you're following me, you'll be able to get the flyers when we upload them, and you'll be able to get the dates, and you'll be able to pre-order the tickets. I believe that the pre-orders will be less than the tickets at the door, of course. And we're also going to be offering 3 different packages for the attendees if they want more access to the shifters and to you know, the tools that the shifters are going to be bringing to these events and whatnot. Meaning that, you know, for instance, you can have a business consultation by my brother Billionaire PA. You can have a spiritual evaluation or a spiritual consultation with Sister Ajna. You could have a business talk with our brother Pop Darby. You could you could get a decoding breakdown and have some business talks with brother Blue Pill, brother Red Pill, health and wellness, you know what I mean? Fitness, things of that nature from brother Blue, fitness from brother 19 Keys. You can get some keys from 19 Keys. You could have you could build with brother Derek Grace about protection, about in-home banking, you know, things like that. Those will be available. So go to Shifters @the Shifters_ @the Shifters_ on the gram. Sign up to click on the bio, click on the link in the bio, and that will take you to the membership site. We have about 1,000 people that already signed up to the membership site. Salute to everybody that signed up. When you sign up to the site, you're going to be receiving a whole information packet, and it's going to give you all of the instructions on what you'll be doing throughout your time in the university and, you know, as a shifter. All right. So, yeah, check that out. Definitely check that out. But, you know, as for all of this news cycles and everything that's going on, you know, everything that's going on is what we talked about tonight. Goddamn it. You know what I mean? That you're great, that you're going to be all right. The adversity, whatever adversity that you're facing is only a test. And the fact that Black people got so many fucking problems is something to be jubilant about, because it's giving you so many options to be a solutionary, and you could come up with multiple solutions. And inside of those solutions, if you want to be a social entrepreneur, you can monetize those solutions. Thus, you could change the motherfucking curse of poverty and the fact that you're a 4th-class citizen, and you could reverse that, because all of the problems that you have in your poverty-minded state is only, and so there are only opportunities for you to shine. It's only opportunities for you to introduce solutions to the world where you could big up yourself. You know what I mean? You could be loved around the world for being a solutionary, So collectively, we have the brain power, we have the heart, we have the enthusiasm to do what? To move mountains and to run over these problems, these perceived problems that we have as a people, not as an individual, but as a people and as a culture. We could steamroll that shit collectively and laugh at it. Real talk. Because that's how fucking ill we are. You know what I mean? And that's how we built. We built for this. So be joyful about who you are, where you find yourself, who your people are, the history of your people, even the position that your people are in these days and times. Because 2 or 3 things. If you're a biblical person, if you identify as a Bible-toting person, well, goddamn it, then you Maury says that you're the chosen people. The DNA, the shit is clear, nigga. You are the father. That you are the chosen people. Like, if you niggas are Bible toters, if you're religious, well, goddamn it. The good thing about it is that every person, the people that they talk about in that book who are gonna be prophesied to rise up again, nigga, that's you. It's not the Hasidic Jew. It's not the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. You know what I mean? It's not the trailer trash. It's not niggas over there in Latin America. It's you and the niggas in Latin America, okay? And another thing, one of the great things about how you should see yourself and perceive yourself, you dig what I'm saying? And what you should be telling your children and what you should be telling your whiz and what you should be telling yourself every night is that, you know, that you living your best life. And you don't have time to feed any kind of negativity, any kind of false expectations appearing real, any kind of perceived losses. The only time that there's failure is when you admit it, that your ass is failing. Other than that, nigga, you're not failing. There are tests that you need to learn so history stops repeating itself. Obviously, some niggas flunked the motherfucking test back in the days, so the pop quizzes are popping up on us now. We have to be responsible. But like I said, all of the tools that we need are here. The illusion is that there's something wrong. That's not real. The reality is that it's not. The reality is that your ass reincarnated in a beautiful time to do some beautiful fucking things. So you need to get on it because the world is moving. The world is sustaining itself. The world is building. The world is making new alliances. The world is linking up with other worlds. You know what I'm saying? The world is making change. So are you going to be a part of the change or are you going to be a part of the problem? You got to be able to answer that question in 60 fucking seconds. You dig what I'm saying? You know, you got to be able to answer that in 60 seconds. Do you come to Canada? Yeah, I come to Canada. I want to come to Toronto, to T-Dot, either maybe early next year. It was supposed to be this year and the year before that, but we're still working on it. We're going to get across that border. You know what I mean? We're going to hit up T-Dot. You know, we're going to go across the pond to the UK. 2019, definitely a global initiative. Shout out to my brother Rashad, travel agent. We're going to be making things happen. We're scheduled to go to St. Croix in December. Shout out to KT the Arch Degree. We'll be in the Virgin Islands with KT the Arch Degree right before Christmas. And that's it. All right. Hit me up on my Patreon. Shout out to all of my Patreons. I'm working arduously. I got some shit for y'all. It's coming real soon. Shout out to all of my Patreons. Shout out to all of my shifters. You dig what I'm saying? Go to, like I said, go to Instagram and sign up to the Instagram page for The Shifters. It's THE, not the. It's the Shifters. All right, _. And yeah, that's about it. You know what I mean? Twin the album. Go and get that. twinthealbum.com. Twin the movie is on its way. They coloring it right now. We're going through some coloring processes. So you know, look out for that. And when it does drop, it's some fucking movie, and we're gonna have fun with it. October 30th, we're gonna be doing a Hallows Eve party with my brother Terrain Hicks, aka the Dark Lord from Royal Bloodline. We'll keep you updated to that. That's gonna be in a secret location in New York City. So stay alert. You know what I mean? be on, you know, get ready for that. I'll let you know already it's going to be $50. So you save that up. And that $50 is going to have a treat attached to it. And I'm not going to necessarily talk about it right now, but it's going to have a treat attached to it. You know what I mean? We come with gifts. So prepare for that. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's going to be for people who are ready to party. This is a social event. This is not a lecture. This is not a workshop. This is not big room yoga. Okay? We're coming to fucking turn up. All right? So, you know, that's what we're doing. So it's going to be, we're going to let you know when that's going to happen very soon. So we'll see you the next Melanin Monday. It's been fun. Love and light to the family. Peace.